Welcome, another stream of Heaven's Vault with your host, Unexpectedly Awake Heaten. Hi, Garrett. I was afraid this was gonna turn into another 2 weeks of, like, constantly canceling streams, because I didn't stream Saturday or Sunday because I was going to be, and I also didn't work over the weekend. I was going to be doing something during the day on Sunday, and I was like, oh, this is gonna turn into a thing where I'm eternally tired and don't, that I can't get back on my sleep schedule. No, we're perfect. We're absolutely perfect now. Woke up like an hour ago, super awake, ready to stream more of this very interesting game. So, and I do like, now it makes more sense that they give you this story so far when you start back up, because it really does matter what you in particular did, because the story is not the same for everyone. So, Alia's search for the roboticist Janiki Renba ended at the wreckage of his ship. Renba was looking for an ancient observatory called the Vault, which he claimed could prevent a great darkness from overtaking the nebula. I don't actually remember that. I don't remember him saying specifically that we were looking for a vault and that it was going to prevent a great darkness. Perhaps other ancient sites like the mysterious Withering Palace mentioned by an ancient recording will yield more clues. Meanwhile, Alia is due to return to Iox to prevent Professor Miari with an incredible discovery. Yeah, if this is this non-linear, it's hard to imagine, like, how they could, like, as a programmer, I appreciate it, how difficult it is to string together different plot points in a way that makes sense. So the most interesting thing that happened last stream, which it kind of isn't mentioned here, is that we found a recording of a person. Like, the ancient recording seemed to be someone who was responding to our questions as though their entire consciousness had been recorded. Like, they seemed to not know where they were, or that they were speaking out of a robot statue. So there's the crown, which we didn't bring with us last time we went back to Iox. And I could say, like, all right, we gotta quick get back there and do it, but no. What was my other? I think I'll make a point of going to 2 places before I go back to Iox. So the Withering Palace. This is the other thing. With this, like, giant blob of unknown territory, I don't know whether I need more clues or if I can actually just stumble upon the thing that I'm looking for. I would hate to go there and, like, wander for, like 20 or 30 minutes just flying around random places, because it's... I don't really find the flying to be much fun. But I guess if we're nearby this unknown moon thing that we, I guess, have discovered... we discovered by picking up random things off the ground. I think. I found, like, a goblet underneath someone's porch, and after translating it, or trying to translating it... When you plot a pet, we'll give you a summary of how much you know. Nice. Alright, yeah, we're so close to this, and we, I think, have enough... Yeah, look how small that circle is. We can go here. On the Iolite moon, remember I had hidden away some artifacts 6 traced elbows, but surely all the sites near the spiral have been found? I know enough to find this site. Thank you. Whereas maybe if I had said Withering Garden, she might have said, like, I don't know enough to find this place. Or, it will be difficult to find it, or something like that. And this was another thing where, only once so far have we been flying somewhere and I've seen something along the way where it was like, hey, here's an unmarked, like, just a tiny little one building wreckage, ruins. And so maybe keeping an eye out for those. Oh, okay. Alright, here we are. We're now officially inside the vicinity of the unknown moon, but we just have to explore. There are old currents in the waters to the left. Hidden amongst these clouds. So how do we find it? I need to play a song on the ocarina to reveal it. Oh, no, I made it. We're leaving the... am I? Did I do it wrong? Alright, so it's not... It's actually quite small. Now I gotta get turned back around. We're doing it, though. We're doing it.
No one knows
keep following the arrows.
Far the rivers go. No one's ever mapped them. Not even the robots. Or, if they did, they aren't telling.
See, there's a little thing that I found. A shipwreck. I would guess it dates from at least the earliest Empire period, mistress. This should only take a few moments, mistress. I recovered a bejeweled metal chest. I wonder how long it's been out there. Oh, it didn't have an inscription? It's the first thing to ever not have something written on it. It originates from the exact place we're after. Oh. Although now I have to turn around again. Hey! Hey, Faded. I saw you were playing some Super Mario 3D, whatever it's called, that I kind of wanted to stop by and watch, but I was in the middle of something. And in addition, I now hate watching Twitch entirely. It's the worst. Oh, swirl? Oh no, it's just going fast, that's all. We're just Sonic now. By all the waters! Am I in? I'm not in. Yes, by all... Wait, missed turning. Backspace to reset? I didn't know that was an option either. That's nice of them. Yeah, I only, I saw, Video Game Donkey made a video very highly praising it. It's like, even though it's really short, he's like, this is exactly what I wanted, was more, what do you call it? More Mario. More good Mario. Oh, God. Region of minor flow. What was the last Mario game that I played? I didn't play Odyssey or, I guess Super Mario Galaxy, like the first one. Were there two? If there were two, I only played the first one. Renba hid some artifacts that he found here, but why was he looking? Yeah, galaxy on the way.
We trudged across the surface of a tiny moon. Nothing but dust and towering stone.
Place is actually worse than Elbereth. I didn't leave Elbereth. Scooped me out of the orphanage and carried me away. Did I lose my... Or doing... Oh, right, you don't have a mouse cursor in this game. But I should have been able to turn the camera, and I couldn't. A contraption. Equipment. I knew there would be something here. But what is it? Some kind of winch? But for winching what? Do winches winch things? Doesn't look old. Perhaps Renbo was building something. Well, it's a powerful frame. Oh, I must have been doing some heavy lifting. But this is not an ancient site. We do? Algorithms carve ancient symbols for luck, even though we don't know what they mean, right? Aren't I the only person who knows what they mean? Because I'm only just figuring it out now? Yeah, I don't think they know what they mean. A primitive people. That would mean that there's no point in translating this. There's a few words in this one. Strong. Stone. Stone or mountain. I can add my translation for strong to my dictionary now. I shouldn't be confirming anything. I really shouldn't. I really, really shouldn't. People carved things without knowing what they mean? Like, that means that I know what they mean now. Strong as rock. A request for strength. Added by builders to keep buildings safe. Oh, I guess there's that. Maybe, yeah, maybe they're like, somebody just told them, like, hey, put this on a building and it won't fall down. Even though they didn't know what the original, individual words meant. Made for a cart. Someone was building something? Now, what's that? Is that a tent? Naturally. What now, Renba? Every moon is a new surprise. Tents ain't natural. They was incredibly... No, what's the line? From... The State on MTV. Oh, they're speaking by the rivers.
Carts, ropes, and platforms.
Penguins ain't natural. They was chemically man-made like the Incredible Hulk.
Renba must have had an army working here. And yet he left it all behind. Just like that.
But what were you doing out here? Was he digging for something? Renba wasn't digging for his observatory, was he? I do not think you can bury an observatory, mistress. Not with that attitude. Also, wait. Aren't there teleporters in this universe? Why are we so sure that he's dead? If he's like, yep, there's his ship. It crashed and he must have been on it. This is heavy equipment. Where did Renba get all this from? I would suggest it comes from a mine or a quarry. I would believe it is itself old. Must have taken weeks to set all this up. Was it worth it, Renba? Did you find what you were looking for, and can I have it? And if not, can I take it without your permission? Hoppers, yeah. Minecart. Ooh, that's a fancy symbol. Haven't seen that one before. Operation. Wait, I believe I remember the word law. Did you used to know how to read and you forgot, robot? Couldn't you have told me that? So something law is something I've never seen before. This is like, that's love. That's labors. Maybe that's like automated labor, right? Like a robot? No, I'm going to say record law is so this one is certain, these are not, but let's say here. It's not like God's law is here. I think we've seen other things that should look more like... Oh, maybe this isn't labors, that's why. Let's say that. God's law is here. It's almost a real sentence. God's law is cheese. Robots are stupid, that's the problem. They run well up to a point. And they throw themselves over a cliff. Throw themselves? Or are they pushed? It's about 50-50. If I'm honest. No way in around here. Tom Scott had an interesting video the other day where he was talking about having what's it called, GPT-3, where he was like, oh, I'm running low on video ideas, so I asked if I could use their AI to like generate titles for videos. Of course it's inscribed. And he's like, it came up with some very interesting ones, and that he's like, some of them are like, some of them are things that I really might do a video on, and in some cases, like even talking about places that I've been to. And he's like, some of them, you know, because you just feed it a bunch of information, and it uses everything that it knows that it's scanned from the internet to like to come up with new things. Like, it's not just copying from somewhere, but to come up with new things that you know, that are new but that are related. And he's like, once I, you know, adjusted it and got to the sweet spot, he's like, it was, you know, putting out video titles that were actually really interesting and that I, you know, people would want to watch if I made them, and I could. And he's like, and it also came up with the ones that like describe things that didn't actually happen. And he's like, but I had it generate a script for one of them, and then he recorded himself like talking about the thing about some you know, like Russians who had come to England and bought up a bunch of land so they could plant trees there and like make a utopia. And he's like, this is really interesting that interesting and dangerous that we have AI that can so easily like. She didn't like that. Oh, she didn't like the of. All right, we'll do it without the of. Find God in Aperture. Aperture Science. How funny would that be? You do that, and then you look inside the minecart, and you're like, oh, there's God. I found him. Roll the credits. Was that the point of the game? Oh, wait. Are we saying that I can't just get into the tent by walking over that rock? I see. Another carving. Let me think. How is this related to time? What are you talking about? No, you lost your mind. Hold back stone? That's too sensical. That's gotta be it. Sensical? Is that a word? Equally, I might say cheese runs amok. It doesn't say that. It's definitely 4 words, not 3. Wait, what? Didn't I call it 3 words? Who's running the building out here? Building his own little kingdom? Has he got a garrison under there? Was that a bug that she's only supposed to use that line, like that retort to cheese runs amok if the inscription you were looking at is 4 words? This the way in? Found this necklace. What? I don't know what these things are that it's made of. Shells, mistress. Those are shells. Where did I pull that out of? What's a shell? A snail-like creature that lives in salt water, mistress. There are some in the tanks on Iox. Why would anyone make a necklace out of snails? I report on humans, mistress. I do not pretend to understand their foibles. Tied up from the outside. My scanners do not suggest... Oh, slice the rope? The Withering Palace 6. Somewhere in the Withering Ways, perhaps? Oh, okay. I feel like remark is just make a random... say something random. That's old. Hard to... There.
Darkness.
Mistress, watch your step.
An enormous pit had been cut into the rock below. It must have taken days to do. Weeks even.
We could be down here to be worth all this. Money? Did you forget the money is worth things? You could have been digging for money. It's very dark in here. Indeed, mistress. Roy would love this. Maybe Rimba bought it from her. Evidently, it is a generator, mistress. Your friend, Oroy, most likely made it. It looks to be functional, but if we turn it on now, we will give away our presence here. Should there be anyone to give it away to? Do they use money? I don't know. I mean, it's too dark to work. Rimba must have set up some lights. Then, in turn, mistress, there must be power. I could turn it on, but not yet. Actually, no, we traded for something. One of the guys in the shop was like, hey, can you give me something and I'll give you the thing? And I was like, sure. No, but we also went to the bar. And the guy at the bar... Oh, wait, I'm not going to be able to read in the dark. Reading's the only thing that's important, so I'm going to turn on the lights after all. When he gave me a drink, I was like, on the house? So they must have money. I don't think he's like, if you want some alcohol, you'll have to bring me a pottery. Light!
Wooden walkways spiraled down, held together by ropes and luck. You could tell this place was built by Elberethians.
Those walkways look unbelievably dangerous, mistress. This whole thing feels oddly like walking into a trap. Walkways poised to collapse. Pit big enough to hold an eagle. Pit big enough for an eagle. A pit big enough for an eagle. Have I ever seen an eagle? Is now what I'm wondering. Eagle in italics, denoting that it is a word in a sentence. Carry that weight. They were fans of Cowboy Bebop. Oh yeah, if this is me, look at this. This is me, and this is our... And this, I mean, this is, I guess, gonna be people, right? Oh, this is stone and straw. Well, this might be stone. No, this one is definitely stone. This is strong. And so this is something related to stone or strength. Which kind of sounds like... Carrie Hour's house isn't very good, but... A hole of eagles! It's a golf course! Hey, Ever. This beam might have been taken from an Elberethian home. Oh, okay. Could have been part of a house. It was smart of me to to just make up reasons why my interpretation was correct. Lifting equipment, but not very good lifting equipment. Whatever Rimba was doing here, mistress, he was doing it secretly, not well. Most people carry their house. Snails carry their house, and we were just talking about snails. Maybe snails will turn out to be the final boss. Crabs, turtles, they can be part of the boss rush. Turtles are known for rushing. Here goes. The walkway is extremely badly made. Mistress? Typical. This board seems weaker than the others. Since that bridge collapsing on the Garden Moon, which did happen, I don't want to take any chances. Perhaps you should go first. If I fall, mistress, the hopper falls with me. Will it take my weight? I will not speculate. Presumably, you would not be the first to cross it. I don't have. I really don't have the option to cross it. I have to make him do it. You're going first. I don't know that you can do this. So we're really not going down there. All right. This is a bad idea. Oh, whatever was down here, Renba took it out and left. No reason to break our necks looking for it. She loves jump. I'll jump to conclusions, but I won't jump over a 7-foot gap. How far does it go? Evidently, it is quite a drop, a depth of 2 eagles. Whatever was being uncovered was well buried. On the Garden Moon, there was a bridge that I crossed that collapsed. Perhaps if I turn the generator all the way up, it will make the boards stronger. Like, it really looks like there's more to explore down there, so I'm hesitant to just walk out. Can't get the camera to, like, pan down while standing there. Find the... Oh! See? I did have the option. I go by the waters. I go by the waters. Ha! Made it. For reference, mistress, the next plank appears worse. How much worse? About 60%. Since the first did not break, however, that is unhelpful information. Here goes. Oh no! Waters above. That was a little close. Not that way, then. What other way is there? There's no way I could jump that, or I could drop down. There's only one. There's no way I could jump that, she says. Drop down. Maybe? Sand down there? I'm sure you are aware of the flaw with that idea, mistress. Ah, it's a puzzle. Could probably drag it. Mistress, please. The hopper will not work under the tent canopy. If you fall, you will not fly up again. Drag that plank. I'm sure I can do this. jump to the conclusion, and I'll use that jump power. With luck, that should hold. Easy. GG easy. There's no way for me to follow. Oh well. Stay there. Keep watch for your common sense. You've clearly dropped it somewhere. Oh, whoops. I should have looked at my choices first. Oh well. There's certainly something buried down here. Can't make out what. Whatever it is, mistress, it has been down here for some considerable time. Oh, there's something here. Wait, just walking into it. Okay. Down there, over there. We'll go down. Can't really see anything. The Garden of the Emperors was built during the Empire, but the statue was carved in ancient times, like the one on Mercy. Perhaps the garden was built around the goddess herself? Okay, random thoughts. Not relevant. Piles of cloth. It must be almost 950 years old, mistress, he said, from incredibly far up. It survived well. This moon is moistureless. Things do not rot here. What are the Chronicles of Mazwai that Huang Zhou... What? She writes about the various places of the nebula and how the Great Loop has acted in these places. Mazwai believes in the Great Loop, then? Mazwai is an original source for the hypothesis, as much as anything is a source in the loop. Master Huang says the book became common shortly after the establishment of the Holy Empire. It was a very random conversation. I think. Or I missed its relevance. Also possible. How long were you buried on Iox? I have no idea. I do not remember. He doesn't have a robot eye, or else he would be able to tell time when he was unconscious. You don't know why you were buried? No, mistress. Can only assume I was not needed. A wooden spar? That's not a word. Inset with metal rings for ropes. Like a ship? Oh, now I'm replying to the other thing. Perhaps robots were not trusted. Though I have observed robots to be both more predictable and more kind than most humans. Elevated emotional markers. Detect your face. Ooh. It was really after my job, wasn't he? Strange he never asked for help. Remember, must have found something here. Something that led him into the cyclones. The robe and the brooch, perhaps? But how did he find this place? He can't have just stumbled across it. Why was he looking for anything, anyway? Another plank. Longer than the ones higher up. Will this one hold? Mistress, I beseech you. If I might remind you, if you break your leg down here, you will stay here until it heals. Well, here goes. Not an incredibly precarious fall, though. Why? I assume you heard the plank creaking, mistress. Bits of metal. Fittings. Eyelets. Hooks. Spare parts? And something else. It's a river map, filled with unreadable computations dating from the early Empire? I hardly recognize any of these river shapes. The central swirl must be the Iox spiral. Something written on the inside of the spiral. This one has several words. There's that funky symbol again. So let's go all. Not empresses. Oh. Huh. Alright, so this is... This is all three of these are confirmed. So this is something law. It's the beginning of Empire. Empire law. Palace, I guess. Palace of... Well, it is the river map, right? Palace of Rivers. That's what Iox is. A name for Iox, perhaps? Suppose it's always been rich in water. Another generator. Let's see what's down here. What is that? Is that a hull? It's beautiful? Sex! Take a picture. This thing down here. It's a boat. Impossible, mistress. It is far too large to fly. But it must be. I've jumped to the conclusion. Evidently, it is extremely big. About an eagle and a half. 20 to 30 times the size of the Nightingale. Imagine it intact. An enormous hull, multiple sets of sails. How does it end up here? I cannot imagine how a boat could be launched. The upper rivers here are barely strong enough to lift the Nightingale into the sky. Oof. You're fine. Rub some dirt on it. Mistress, are you alright? Also, I thought wood didn't rot on this moistureless planet. Why would these be weak? Some cloth here. It broke my fall. Maybe it was never launched. Could be purely ceremonial. And why build it here? It did not fall from the sky. How is it buried so deep? Here's what I don't understand, Six. The boat. How did Renbin know it was there? They're weak from lack of moisture. I like it. That's how you... Oh, ooh, a metal ring. It's a hatch. And it's etched with symbols in ancient. More words I've not seen before. From. This might be bird or house or plants. Bird, house, plants, serpents. Oh wait, this is right? Oh, it's got the little of bird. So like, well, I was gonna say feathers, but no. Where did this come from? Oh, this is the crazy thing that I have absolutely no idea. Ooh, snake fits better, because the other word could be snake. I mean serpent. Yeah, there we go. Serpent's teeth? Related to smile? You got it. Look at this. Carry crystals from serpent's teeth. Why did it have to be snakes? There can't be snakes here. Not after all this time. Just jump to the conclusion. There are no snakes here. There's no upriver on this moon. That explains why the buried ship is still here. Once it landed, it could not leave. Damage suggests that it crashed. I hate snakes, 6. I really hate them. Peered down into a dusty, gloomy space. Mistress, please do not stick your arm in there. But what if there's a spittoon down there? I have to stick my arm in every spittoon. You want to come down here and help? You are well aware I do not deal in hypotheticals. How many moons are there in the Iox Protectorate? I'm stalling. Last settlement, it was 23. Reach in. There's something here. I found something. Iolite? Sure. That's a made-up word. And that helps me find the Withering Ways thing, I guess. Cool. There's few words in this one. 4. Wooden spar. Snake? Snake home? Ground? Ground. Ground is for cowards. Could there not be a form of snake that doesn't need water? Right? Haven't you ever read Dune? Is there nothing else to see about the broken ship? I thought for sure. Turning the light on. Heck. More moons in the protection. Sufficient income at the moment, I think. But the Ioxian population is not falling. There could be some water here. There could have been water inside the hatch. You don't know. I guess I'll close the hatch. Come on back up. Mistress. Good as new. I'm not going back down there again, unless I do. Alright, so he should probably prompt me to teleport out. Unless there could still be a lot of stuff outside of the tent that I haven't looked at yet. Yeah, I'm not leaving yet. I ain't leaving. Oh, hi. Where did you come from? I saw the light go on in the tent. I thought he had come back. Who had come back? The Ioxian. I thought he had come back to rescue me, but no chance of that. My name is Cha. I've been stuck here for weeks. There's enough wood here to burn for years, but I can't eat wood. The water's almost gone, too. You have to take me with you. Take you where? Anywhere than here. I'm not going to take no for an answer. I can't. Tell me what Renbo was doing here. Then I'll talk about whether you can live or not. Okay, let's go. And so we left the surface of the dig site where we met Xia! With new leads for a new site. Return to the ship with the woman in tow. Thank you, Ioxian. Your ship is much more comfortable than his was. I found a boat down there. A huge boat. Old, too. But no good for flying away on. Did she say where she wanted to go? There's a whole nebula out there to explore. I could take you to Iox, Mercy, but Elbereth is my home. I have friends there. Please. But you are a laborer? Hired by Renba? Those are not the right words. I'll decide what the right words are. I know who you are. Just take me home. Is this good? I can't even... Oh. Oh, I forgot about that, too. Also, I could show her... Alright, so there's lots of reasons to go to Iox. And he might know something about the weather. They're like, please return to Iox, but I have her, so I should go to Elbereth with her. And she would know about the crystal. Sensible place to take Xia. Think about the laborer. It seems like the most obvious thing is to go immediately return her to Elbereth, so I'm gonna do this instead. We'll go to Iox. She can come. We'll be like, you said you haven't eaten in weeks. It's a funeral. I'm sure they'll have a buffet. So there we go. Problem solved. It won't actually let me pick it. Alright. Maybe no then. Maybe I can only actually go there. Fine. Yeah, it's not orange. Eagle's Pass? How would an eagle get through here? It's too small of a pass. Oh, we got the dang flicker again. It's fine though. We'll live. Going home, robot, whether you like it or not. I wonder if you can answer if you know. Would the game let me just manually fly to Iox right now? Like if I wasn't supposed to?
Saya sat alone by the window singing Elbereth work songs. She didn't let me see her face. I think she was trying not to cry.
Ooh, I could try. I'm not that interested. Because I imagine the answer is no, but I don't know. How did Renba know that boat was buried down there? I don't know. He just walked out across the plain, stopped and pointed down. Said, you dig here. And there it was. I could show the dull crystal to Oroi. I will. Stop complaining, 6. Thank you, Alia Elastra. I'll be alright from here. Do you have friends here? And enemies. I'll have to see which is most helpful to me. I've never had so much choice before. Before I go, I have something for you. The excavation on the Elbereth moon ended as soon as we found that ship in the ground. I was there. We found a hatch filled with dull gemstones. 1 or 2 looked valuable to me. I kept a little for myself. I found that hatch. Took a gemstone for myself. The ones we left were all dead. Oh, there was an alive one. I do not want it anymore. Okay. Keep talking. Keep telling me more about Renba's work, please. I'll tell you what he found. An artifact. A telescope, I think. Once he found it, that was when he left. He barely even tied up the tent. Yeah. Found something similar from a ruin near Mercy. That might have been a telescope. Perhaps he was collecting them. Good faith to you. Preow! She's gone. Well, she's gonna be alright. Jump into those conclusions real fast. She is going to be just fine. The telescopes were found. They must be linked to the observatory somehow. The scopes were perhaps in communication with each other. Oh, if it was a puzzle. Each of the telescopes was pointing somewhere. Let's see two more. Oh, if I hadn't interrupted that conversation, I think something might have actually popped up. Like... Led him to the hideout. Oh, so maybe each scope points to the next one. Oh. Oh. I'm curious as to why they they didn't, like, there are times that her feet don't show up. You know, where it just, like, fades. Yeah. What's the deal with that? Oh, yeah, you're back. I always come back. Until I die. One day I'll put up a sign in my bar. Oh, yeah, Esper drank raki here. Sometimes she even paid her tab. What is money? I will wait here, mistress. Oh, it reminds me ever. So I started playing Disco Elysium again, right? And, one of the first things that happened on the, you know, because again, it's a very different game the next time around. When I was, you know, you're talking to Gart, and he's like, there's still a matter of your tab to settle, and the option is there. There's a red check to, just, like, you know, slip away. And I tried that, and failed, and I ran away, turned to flip the middle finger as I did, and then tripped and smashed right into Lena, the woman in the wheelchair, like, really hard. And, like, it went to black, and I started you know, the limbic system and ancient reptilian brain start talking, and I'm like, is this gonna be like a game over? Like, did I just die? I'm like, no, and it wasn't. But I was like, I actually was thinking, like, what if Lena is, like, out of the game now? Like, what if I horribly injured her or killed her, and there's no, like, she's just completely, everything that had to do with her, yep, that's gone. If you pick that option and fail, you crash into her wheelchair and kill her. But no, she was okay. And in fact, Gart immediately felt like I had knocked myself out. And they were like, are you okay? And Gart's like, I'm so sorry. He's like, the drinks are on the house, but I still need 100 for the room. So I got a discount by trying that and failing. Love that game. Love it so much. I'm not drinking today. You drink it. Am I here to say something, though? Let's talk. You look tired. Are you sleeping at night? Of course. The tax collectors from Iox can't pick my pocket if I don't sleep. You should retire. I make the decisions around here. Getting too old, am I? They'll have to take me out of here in a cloth? Okay. That can be arranged. Hope someone takes me out of here. Don't look at me. Oh, arbitrarily a present. Thank you. Golden effigy of a climbing god. Well, well, well. I know they have some kind of a big thing planned for next month that they are updating. Gods? Oh, it's like the Buffalo sentence. Gods. No good. Uh-oh. What happened? There we go. All right, so it's not, that's not all, I guess. What was it? No, a big update where they are adding more stuff to the game and also adding a lot more voice acting, apparently. I'm kind of interested in, like, doing my playthroughs before they make that update because, you know, who knows what that's going to change. Alright, so this is something... Sure, temple. Love the word temple. So I think this... I know that this is time, and I know that this is... Well, this isn't a big part of sale, but this is time, so this is going to be... Should? Like, will? Like, in the future? Future? Sure. Found the word for future. God's will go. Towards temple, gods will go. This comes from the same sources, the map and the dull crystal that I found on Remba's dig site. Strong connection between the two locations. Ancient site in the Withering Ways. You don't want it? It's like, no, it keeps coming to life and stabbing me. I wanted you to have it. I don't know what it's worth, I'm sure. If you keep buying drinks here... I have yet to buy any drinks from you. Found a moon pouring in water. I didn't bring any back, because, you know... Water cascading down a mountain, water in rivers, water bubbling in fountains. Sounds like a paradise. Well, there were no fields. All they did was drink. They didn't eat. Water for the taking, huh? I think it was owned by the emperors once. But they're not going to ask for it back. Where was it? Wouldn't you like to know? I'll tell them. Ghostwake. You don't sail. Me? I have a bar to run. He is, I know. I saw something terrible out in the cyclones. The burned out wreck of a ship. It belonged to someone at the university. He died out there. And it could have been you? Easily. Still might. You've seen what a bad pilot I am. Take some real risks out there alone. Walking across planks that might fall. Life is a risk. Life is an italicized risk. I just feel bad for him, that's all. Of course you do. Have a drink in his honor. What does that word mean? Catkiss. Not sure. It's very old. Kiss is usually a word for a king or leader. King of the cats. The place is empty. There's no one here. That's what empty means. I can write the definition of empty in my dictionary now. People have to work. Well, some people. Alright, well, you gave me my free present. That's what I came for. See you around tomorrow. Don't be a stranger. Come on, 6. One new artifact to trace. We have also located one new location, an ancient site. Now we're not leaving. You and your leaves. Having a sentient robot follow you really is a pretty big risk. Ain't you never seen Detroit Become Human? What do the moons get out of being... Oh, we're on this conversation again. Theoretically, the support of the Ioxian Guard that is largely historical. Oh, what do you want? How goes things? Well enough, thank you. Good faith to you. I was just standing here. You're the one who bothered me. Some people. Setboyaki Rafar. What if I say Kibenya? It's not right. Yanahua Sally Khalid. Oh wait, what happened? The goddess's name worked. The gate thought I was a pilgrim. Is that what happened? Could be. Gate's been locked as long as I can remember. I think the key must have been lost somewhere. Alright, I used to climb over it. What do you want? What are you doing standing here minding your own business? Get out of here, you.